Welcome, Collective. This is Timeless Energy. I'm Barbara. This is a general timeless read. This is entertainment purpose only. If it does not resonate, don't hold on to it, okay? Don't make it yours. If it doesn't fit, just leave it for somebody else. Okay, I actually have been saying that I was going to pull out some different cards, and today I did. Watch out for scammers. First of all, I do not reach out. If someone approaches you on my behalf for private reads or anything else for that matter, I don't reach out. It's not me. This is my disclaimer that it is not me. All right. I do thank you for the liking and the subscribing. And actually, I've been forgetting to do that lately, haven't I? I truly appreciate the subscribers that I have. The support that the subscribers have been giving me has been very, very much welcome. Okay. If you are a subscriber, don't forget to press like if you watch this and you enjoy the content. If you're not a subscriber, please, if you enjoy the content, press like. And if you're interested, if I can possibly convince you to press subscribe and put me on your list, it would help my very, very small channel grow. Another thing, too, that I came up with, and I add it once in a while, not every time. Sometimes, if you have a friend that you want to share my video with or mention me to help send that net out a little further than YouTube is sending me, it would all be very, very much appreciated. And I am actually getting a little bit of growth. It's very slow. It's very, very steady. I do thank you all for the support that I have been getting. There have been some very difficult times for everyone in the country, and I have been fortunate. Now today what I did was I pulled out Cats Rule the Earth. Actually, this is one of my favorites, but I haven't actually used it. I haven't actually used it or changed out any of my card decks lately. I've been kind of stuck in a rut. Y'all know me. I will be... That's not that one. I will be using the Learner's Tarot. Where is that? Clarifying. Oops, let me move that. Learning Tarot cards. That's my clarifier. It's my fallback. Okay. I just got done saging, so things are kind of out of place. There's my Citadel. I know that's hard to read. I do the side because you can see the side better. That is my fallback there. I pulled out Crystals. The Stone deck. You know what? It's been raining an awful lot. And you know what? The thing is, my daughter got me that. I really, really appreciate that. I haven't used that one again in a while. Of course, I have the Runes Oracle. I might grab, or I might use the Cosmic Oracle. I hadn't had these down close within reach. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to grab for when I get there. It's just that I hadn't been using anything different. Because I've been too busy to pull anything else out. I'm using the standard, fall back on. Okay, the Cat's Tarot. I love the Cat's Tarot. I am a cat lover. I always have been. I've got my two. Okay. I'm living in a place where they run wild. And, they just look so healthy. Oh, it's so hard to be a bear or a panther in the area where I live. The cats just look so big and healthy. That fresh air, that they get in this area where I'm at. I don't know. But I do love my cats. Okay. Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael. Please protect and guide us today for the timeless energy message. Please guide and protect us today for the timeless energy message. Please guide us and protect us for the timeless energy message. We have the Magician, and it's upside down. Don't you love that hat? Look at that. I love those pictures on this. There's that hat. It looks like, one of those Harry Potter witch hats. Okay, we got the Magician. Okay. Spirit guide us, spirit guide us, spirit guide us. Spirit guide us, spirit guide us, spirit guide us. Oops. Spirit guide us, spirit guide us, spirit guide us, spirit guide us. Huh? I have the Eight of Pentacles. Spirit guide us, spirit guide us, spirit guide us, spirit guide us. And I got the Three of Swords. Okay. Let me put this somewhere safe. Where did I put that box? Yeah, because I've got a cat that likes to chew on cards. Okay, let's start with the Magician. All right. Now, that's in reverse. The throat chakra energy for the Magician. Now, this would be expressing your feelings or expressing yourself in many ways. Was usually authentically is the preference with that. But this is what the energy is that you would deal with when you have the Magician. Now, in reverse, the Magician can be a trickery. I know that straight up, right off the top of my head. The thing is, I've always considered the Magician a heavy communication card. You've got the Mercury. Okay? Well, the thing that you don't understand is, with the Mercury energy, excuse me, you also have the trickster energy. So not all of the communication that you're dealing with in the real world is honest. Sometimes the communication you're dealing with, the person doesn't even realize that they're not even honest. They think they're being honest. It just depends on how well you know yourself, or how honest, balanced, and the type of person that you are. But in reverse, the Magician can be an indecision card. It could be the energy of indecision. It has nothing to do with communicating, because we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the expressing of yourself. But whatever you want to express, you're having a little bit of disquiet energy, maybe. You're not decided. You're not decided. Now, this indecision could be because of lack of resources. I don't see Pentacles. Oh, yes, I do. Eight of Pentacles. We do have the Eight of Pentacles. Oh, my goodness. Sitting right there in front of me, and I didn't even remember it was there. Okay. In reverse, the lack of confidence could be lack of resources in this energy. You want to express yourself in reverse, means that you're not expressing that the failure to accomplish something has to do with your current resources, or your indecision to follow through on something has to do with a resources of sorts. But watch the news. How many businesses have been shutting down? Okay. They reached a decision on those. Okay, that's past history. Water underneath the bridge. But you know what? There seems to be a lot of that going on. We don't want any more of it. Okay? Many decisions are made because of a lack of resources in the real world. Now, the thing about it is, this here is the disquieting energy of prior to that choice. Prior to that choice. You don't want to reveal how you feel. In reverse. Here, it's in reverse. Okay? There might be some trickery involved in this energy where maybe manipulated into believing something that you're not aware of it. It's not manipulation, it's just a lack of information. Okay, you might think it's trickery, you think everything's fine, nobody's filling you in. Nobody's filling you in. Okay. With a magician, normally in the upright, this would be confidence or enthusiasm. And it has to do with creating. Right? Creating. So this would be creating in reverse. This is not happening because there's some kind of indecision. And we think that this might have to do with the Pentacles, which I didn't even notice. I forgot I laid it there. Okay, I was focusing on the Magician. This might have to do with the Pentacles, so let's see what the Pentacles have to say. Eight of Pentacles. The solar energy. Well, the solar energy is what you're prioritizing. And the thing is, the Eight of Pentacles in the upright, it's got Virgo, which is unemotional and practical. And you have the Sun. This does have to do with how you express yourself, the Sun, or the potential of something. The potential of something. All right? And what I'm looking at is creating in reverse, maybe a lack of funding, and the potential of something. Now, what you're prioritizing and why you're prioritizing something. Why is the priority not going in your favor? Because that's basically what this is saying. The priority is not going in your favor. Okay. Where you have, with the Pentacles, trade. Okay. There we go. Craftsmanship. But you having a indecision here because of the funding. This could be the quality of whatever it is that you're working on. You're not getting the quality. Maybe someone's not willing to invest. Invest in it. Excuse me. Because of the quality. The indecision is stopping the investment because of the funding. and here's the funding. I'm not saying here you have the funding. No. I'm saying the funding, or the Eight of Pentacles, has to do with craftsmanship, your reputation, the trade in the industry. Okay? And this is in the upright. Now, how you're expressing yourself here, okay? The Eight of Pentacles is unemotional. This could be your reputation and your decision making, or maybe this indecision here is over the quality or the funding. I would say the funding. You've got something that you want. There's craftsmanship here. And there's some kind of indecision, and it might have to do with the funding, and this has to do with craftsmanship. Yeah, this is what I'm looking at here. This is trade. And this is the indecision of, because this is creative energy all the way down the road. But with the Virgo connected to this, you can be a little unemotional about it. You have to make a decision. You can't, like, put your emotions in there. Okay? This is what I'm feeling. You have to make the decision about this craft, product, craftsmanship, this energy, this what looks like might be very well an investment, and you're undecided about it, and you have to make a decision. It has to do with the craftsmanship. The decision would come right down to whether the funding is going to be put out there. Well, the Eight of Pentacles can be intense labor. It can be a period of you worked really, really hard. You've mastered the craft of whatever it is that you're working on. Okay? But this has to do with some kind of indecision, and it definitely has to do with some kind of investment. Okay, putting a product out there is what I'm seeing. And materializing with the solar energy, this is your thoughts or your feelings or what you want actually being materialized into like something that's really going to happen. Okay, this is what I'm seeing, kind of, sort of. Was kind of getting around to it there. Now, Eight of Pentacles is the labor and the creative energy. It's also sometimes a second career. So this could be a part-time hobby. Okay? Maybe you work a full-time job and you're working on something on the side. And it has to do with developing skills or craftsmanship to the level of you're putting in one step away from putting it out there on the market, and the indecision about making that step might be funding. Okay, so we're drawing a picture here. We're getting closer. The Three of the Swords is shutting something down. Bad news, I'm sorry. You put the energy, learned the craft, made the product, got all of these ideas together. You are undecided about whether you're ready to venture a little further. And the reason you needed to stop and figure out the next step was probably because of the funding. I mean, here you are a craftsman. You have gone to a certain level where you have learned, gone through the apprenticeship. Okay. You've learned it. This could be like, okay, I bead jewelry. I bead some jewelry. I do it when I'm watching Netflix. Okay. I'm going to put all the beads that I want on that string, but I still don't know how to put the clasp on there. So I got a whole big giant bottle of beads that have been strung with no clasp, okay? I am not making that step forward because I haven't actually learned all of the steps. But this is a situation where you've learned all the steps. You've got the product. It's done. You made it all by yourself. You did it after work. You did it on the weekends. You did it with the skill level that you developed by working on it regularly, and you've accomplished something. But now you need to take that next step, and putting it out there to actually market it, that does take funding. And it takes resources like teamwork. Usually you need people that have the business acumen and what have you. To really market you in the right way. You could sell what you have to a large corporation that already has a marketing base established. They can fast forward whatever it is that you've created on a larger level and do it very easily. All they need to do is get you to agree to allow them to do it, but they're going to make most of the money. Oh, this is a given. Whatever it is that you're venturing out here, you've stopped because of the indecision, and the Three of Swords blatantly says that something has been stopped. It's a broken, like the weak link there, the broken. Okay, you might be upset about it. I don't see heartbreak. You might be a little upset about it. Whatever it is that you worked for here, maybe you might feel like something is not fair. Okay? Because of that missing link. Because of that one piece that you desperately need to step forward. And you might feel like it's not fair, but something has been shut down. Okay? Something has been stopped. And that is what the Three of Swords is. I can hypothesize all I want on what it is that was shut down. The Three of Swords is a third eye energy. So it's a gut instinct type thing. It might have even been your decision. And you know what? That doesn't mean that there's any less amount of heartbreak in it when you made that decision. But you started off with the indecision energy here. And this was shut down. It might have been you. It might have been the circumstances. And you're heartbroken. But the gut instinct energy of the third eye basically says that you, at the moment, it's the right decision. You're missing a link. You're missing a link. Your indecision, which you stopped, the product might actually be perfectly good. Whatever it is that you created, whatever you worked so hard for, it might be perfectly good. But there's some indecision as far as making that step forward. And I can't tell you that it's a product being put into market because your circumstances might be a different scenario. It's however you resonate with this. Whatever it is that you've spent your time and energy on. You can be working out in the gym on a regular basis. Okay? And for some reason it come to a stop. Maybe your gym membership was due and you didn't have a way to pay it. You could be working on your car all the time and love your car. And you know what? You financed it. Something happened. You weren't able to keep the payments up. And you know what? It stopped. This energy here, it could be a product. It could be something small that you worked on that you wanted to market. But it could be so many other things. Whatever it is, it has to do with your gut instinct. The decision for shutting it down. Okay? I am assuming it's your decision. Okay? There was something blocking the progress, whatever it was. And now you have just decided to back off. Now, we don't throw the towel in on everything altogether. Not all the time. I mean, you might be a little unhappy about the conflict that led to this. Okay. I don't see relationship in there. I do see pentacles, so that's why I assumed that we're looking at a project where you're building something or trying to create something. This is a creative energy altogether, all over here. And was creative energy, why would you spend all your time on something and not go any further? It would be like me beading my little beads on the string while I'm watching Netflix, but never figuring out how to put the clasp on it, which means, of course, I can't sell it at the marketplace, can I? Okay. It would be a waste of energy. Okay, and then you shut the project down. It's not going anywhere. Why keep doing it? Okay. Now, where are my cards? Oh, there's a clarifier deck here. Let's see what we've got here. We need to clarify the Magician. Spirit guide me, Spirit guide me, Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. Give me a clarifier for the Magician in reverse. One card, please. Clarifier for... there we go. For the Magician, we have choice. So there was a choice. There were two paths. And it has to do with suddenly leaving or deciding to stay or go. Well, in this, to continue or to stop. Okay. This here says stop. It stopped. You decided to stop. Okay. So there was a choice. There was a choice on this creative endeavor. This indecision was the choice that you needed to make. And the choice was made here with the Three of Swords. Okay. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. We're clarifying the Eight of Pentacles, and we're going to see Spirit guide me. Oops. Going all over the place here. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. One card was Eight of Pentacles. The Temperance is in reverse. There we go. See, it's in reverse. In reverse. Now, we did need resources, but you know what? There was some kind of self-indulgence going on. Or maybe there was some hastiness in the mix somewhere, where maybe you were pushing fast forward just a little bit on the fast side. Okay. The self-indulgence is one thing, so that would have taken care of any resources that you could have had that are gone now. But the hastiness is something that's serious, okay? That's like making your choices so fast. I mean, you're making a very important choice. It's not something that can be reversed really easy. You need to look around a little bit. You need to check out the options. You're looking for an apartment? What side of town are you going to live on? Are you seriously considering that area when it's that bad? Okay, what is the draw? We're living in a really bad area. Is it the finances? Why are you making that decision? So, this was a perspective energy. Okay, you had a different paths. But there was a little bit of self-indulgence, and there might have been a little bit of recklessness. Maybe a little bit of hastiness. It would have to do with the perspective of whoever was dealing with this energy. I see the hastiness. Got to make the decision fast. There is no such thing as having to make a choice fast. Why would anybody want to put themselves in a situation where they're going to make a choice that cannot be reversed very quickly? You need to sit down. You need to meditate. You need to go over the numbers thoroughly. You need to look at all different aspects of what that choice actually is boiling down to. If you're looking for an apartment, you definitely need to look at the area that you're going to be moving into, because you know it's not cheap to move. And once you get there, you're stuck. Even the best looking opportunity. Remember, you're the buyer. You're probably being lied to. There is trickery when it comes to sales. Okay. So, but we have a situation where there's been a little bit of haste. There's been a little bit of recklessness. Maybe a little bit of self-indulgence. Something was shut down. So let's clarify with the Three of Swords here about that Three of Swords. What about that Three of Swords? Spirit, guide me. What about that Three of Swords? Spirit, guide me. What about that Three of Swords? Spirit, guide me. What about that Three of Swords? Spirit, guide me. Oh. All over the place. We just want one card. Archangel Michael, guide us. Archangel Michael, guide us. Spirit, guide us. We only need one card. One card. Spirit. Oh, wait, right there. Three of Swords. Has to do with letting go of the past and focusing on your future and leaving home. But didn't I mention looking for an apartment? Okay, so this could be a situation where there is a moving situation, but it's being done in haste. It's being done rather quickly. Okay. It is causing a little bit of an imbalance. I am not saying that you're making the wrong choice if you're in that kind of situation and you resonate with this, okay? I'm not the one making the decisions on what you're doing on a daily basis. I am just saying that this, shutting down whatever it is, has to do with letting go of your past and turning all your focus onto the future. Okay, growing up and leaving home has something to do with that. And that is what this card here says. Okay? The opposite of returning to one's roots, growing up and leaving home. Okay, this might have been created because of a situation where, you know, hey, there's been a little bit of imbalance. You were a little reckless. You made your choices a little bit of hasty, on the hasty side. You had two paths. You chose the one you were happiest with. You know what? There's nothing wrong with making the right choice if that's the one that makes you happy. You can't choose both and divide your energy in too many different ways. You won't go very far. But this did have to do with in the maturity. This did have to do with growing up. Okay. So, oh, let's look at Citadel. We got Citadel. Let's clarify the Magician with Citadel. Let's see what Citadel has to do. I love Citadel. Magician. Oh, in reverse. The Patron. Mentorship and finances. And didn't we say the indecision here was completely and all about the possible of going forward with whatever it is had something to do with your finances. The Patron. Let's look that up. I've never gotten this one. I love the Citadel. I use it all the time. But I've never gotten the Patron. 76, put that on your lotto card. If it does apply. Or if you're into numerology, that's the page I'm looking for. In reverse, while you're busy looking for that mentor figure in your life, others might be using that as an opportunity to take what they want from you. Not everyone has your development in mind. No matter how smooth a talker they may be, chances are you have more to offer them right now than they have to offer you. Know your own value and don't let yourself being taken advantage of. So, with this finance, with this indecision, with this move, apparently growing up has to do with this. You need to be fully in control of your biggest asset. Knowing yourself, knowing what you're capable of, knowing what your skills are, knowing what your endurance is. You know what? Let somebody stroll into your life and say, well, I'm all that. And you know what? Having to lower yourself, your standards, or let somebody else look down on your abilities, or God forbid if it's a relative like a parent, have your strengths diminished because you're the child. Okay? This is a situation where you know what you have to offer. You need to stand up and you need to shine like the star that you are. And let somebody else take over. Don't give your power away. That's what we used, the term that we used when I was younger was letting somebody take your power away. They take credit for what you do. They have control over your day and your time. They do the most important things that get them more recognition, and you do the dishes. Okay? The parent comes in, personal preference. Oh my goodness, my star. While you sit there and watch all the love, being focused on somebody that's not you, and you're the one doing all the grunt work. Okay, you know what your value is, and don't let anybody take advantage of it. This includes people, you were talking about growing up. You're talking about leaving home. Well, I remember student apartments can have as many as 6 roommates. You know what? With the rent as high as it is sometimes, okay? So sometimes this is a situation where you have friends taking advantage of you. Oh, would you mind just putting this in your laundry for me? Because I've got a date Friday night and I just don't have time to do it because I've got this and this and this and Tom and Jack and Jerry and that new guy that just enrolled is looking at me, and I've got all this big things going on here, and I just don't have time to do the menial task of cleaning my laundry. But you're not doing anything but sitting in the dorm and studying, so you wouldn't mind doing mine. This is what we're talking about here. Okay. Know what your value is. Okay. And if it has to do with the indecision, that's because somebody has probably made you feel like lesser than you are. Lesser than you are. You aren't lesser. It doesn't matter what another person thinks. You are not lesser. We are all equal in the eyes of the Lord. Was the effort that you put in? Okay, so one person might put in more effort and they might get a little further with it. Maybe you're a slow starter. Maybe the effort that you're making is not in the same direction. And that makes you an individual, not lesser. That makes you an individual, not lesser. Was the 8 of Pentacles. The Cryomancer. Delivering news and collaboration. And it is in the reverse. Delivering news. That's on the 8 of Pentacles. Was the Virgo and the Sun. This is the unemotional energy of Or making the decision, right? Okay, you got to be practical. The Cryomancer. 124 on that lotto card, by the way. 124. If I'm pulling some good numbers, don't forget to send me something. Okay, in reverse. If you've been waiting for the right time to make an announcement or tell someone something important, it might come to light without your help. Before you sit on it any longer, think about whether it will have the same effect if this news comes from somewhere or someone else. And if you're happy to live with that, you may need to speak up sooner than you planned. I think they should have said if you're not happy with that, you may need to speak up sooner. But the typo, we'll leave that one out. Oh, it's giving news. Giving some kind of news. Is there something that you haven't, mentioned to somebody? Maybe it's your parents. You've decided that you're leaving home. You've rented the apartment. You even have 6 roommates lined up, but you forgot to tell your mother. Oh my goodness. Well, that might be a small problem. Or will it? Oh, wait a minute. Because you know what? Your mother might want to talk about the situation with your father. It's a step-by-step here. You forgot to tell somebody? You know what? This has to go with growing up. And here's the advice. If you're adult enough and you are taking care of all of the details without asking for resources outside of yourself, you really aren't required to share what you're doing. Out of respect for parents, there might be like a loophole there. But you know what? The 8 of Pentacles is your new course. Okay? This is your creativity. This is your new product, your new direction, your new course, your new focus. The 8 of Pentacles is developing. Okay? Starting at the bottom. And if we are leaving home or growing up, we're starting at the bottom. Out of respect, you do have, a certain obligation to share some things with people. And we don't want to avoid hurt feelings. It usually is better if you suck it up and have that conversation, or drop it in the news or the text message, or however you want to go about doing this. You don't need to become defensive. You need to say, hey, I am old enough. I pay my own bills. I made this decision. I want to share this with you so that you're not left out completely in the dark. Okay. No topic of conversation where there's any decision making allowed. Okay. You've already made the decision. But there are some situations where you need to share information with people because it's a matter of respect. You love somebody, you respect them. If you don't have any respect for how they feel, then by all means keep them in the dark or lie to them. Because who would know the difference? Being able to love somebody and being able to share information with them. Okay? It's all about respecting their feelings. It's not fair if you respect the feelings of one person and you don't respect the feelings of another person. So one person knows everything going on and you are left in the dark. How embarrassing is that to the person that, you're leaving in the dark? But you're not necessarily required. In this particular message, in reverse, it says you've left somebody out in the dark and you really might need to fill them in. Or at least let them know. Well, we had a little bit of a break and we took a trip. We didn't want to mention that. We didn't invite you. We don't plan on inviting you. You don't have the money to go, or we didn't want to go with you. We wanted to invite certain people. We didn't want to invite you. We went on a trip. You know what the thing about it is? Because you weren't sure of how to word the fact that you did that, you just left that person in the dark. Eventually they'll find out. You can't wash that laundry, and you forgot to mention that, so that when that girl that you live in the dorm with gets that date night energy going on, she's going to find out that that garment or that dress she wanted to wear that was so important is still dirty. You just left that out. The twins, self-protection and dual-natured. Over the Three of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords was the energy where we ended whatever it is. We ended it. We shut it down. This could be a person. This could be a project. This could be a new endeavor where you made a product you wanted to market. This could be a membership to something. But it was shut down. The Three of Swords, it was shut down. $144 on my lotto card. I shouldn't say that, okay? I am quite sure that there are a number of Christians out there that don't gamble, and they probably won't become sponsored members of my channel if I say that. Okay, in the upright. A quiet courtyard, the soft murmur of a nearby tea shop. The call of songbirds and a blazing argument shattering the peace. The twins were born at the same time, but they couldn't be more different. The first a dreamer, charming and surrounded by friends. The other more worldly, but dogged by life's injustices and feelings of inadequacy. Each twin feels the pressure to measure up to their sibling. But that pressure is entirely internal. Neither is judging the other, only themselves. This card relates to a specific relationship in your life. You and the other person are bound together, but past traumas are blocking your ability to make this a harmonious relationship. Be kind, take time to reassess your behavior. Are you really being fair to the other person? How are you continuing old habits or resentments? There is kindness in acknowledging that we are all human. Now, I have had this before. And actually, this touches very close to home with me, the twins. Some people think that the twins are relationships, husband and wife type, boyfriend, girlfriend type. It doesn't matter if they're different sexual orientations in the mix. I'm just giving the general idea, the pairing of a couple. When I first heard of the twins, that's the energy. I was under the belief that the twin energy was like married couples. And to tell the truth, it isn't completely confined to that. It is the opposite of the yin and the yang. You've got right here. Boom, boom, boom. The yin and the yang. The dark and the white. The dark shadowed energy of the negative personality type with the bright shining energy of the positive, bright energy type. We're talking personality types. We're talking that it could be two friends. We're talking that it could be two relatives that are not having a relationship. Okay? But one is very dark and negative, and one is very positive and bright and sunny. One is very lazy, one is very active. We're talking opposite personalities. But they fit together. And the thing with the twin is that normally in our life, your life will succeed better. You'll go farther, and I cannot understand how this works. if you work in unison with your twin, it works out better. It's almost like you're opposite. So, I mean, like, okay, I know I have a twin. I want to do something. I have a conversation with that person, which I won't mention, and I will let them know what I'm doing, and they will point out things that I overlooked. Maybe give me a suggestion. I go back to the original drawing board. I look at what it is. The tiny little things that I didn't notice are the really big things that made it possible to actually work that idea out and go in that direction at that point. This is not like a daily thing where you need to ask everybody walking out the door, should I like do this? No. This is the once in a while. This is the close interaction of two people that know each other very well, that interact, that communicate, but are opposite one another. And in some cases, one can be trusted and one cannot. One is very dark and one is very light. One is very active and one is very lazy. You're opposites. That's what makes it to twin energy. You see things differently than one another, and you're able to work with getting advice and getting a different opinion. That is what that's all about. Okay. I want to pull a rock. Okay, seriously. I like the rock crystal cards because you know what the thing about it is? I don't have to read the book. They're in the back. Okay. But we need to... You know what? We're just going to do it this way. I was just pull one out of the center. There we go. They're big. Did you see that? I've never done that before. I've seen other readers do that, but these cards are too hard to shuffle. What did I pull? Moldavite. Isn't that pretty? That's pretty, and it's actually my favorite color. That's green, by the way, if you can't see that clearly. It's like a really light green. Moldavite. A glassy pale to dark green teakite formed by a meteorite impact around 15 million years ago in what is now Germany. It's trippy AF, and it's expensive. Who needs it? Spiritual seekers, extraterrestrials trapped in human bodies. I do not know how to pronounce that. Ayahuasca enthusiast and Aquarians. Where to put it? In the middle of your forehead during meditation, altars, alien landing sites. Oh, middle of your forehead when you meditate. That's interesting. When to use it? When you feel too grounded or disconnected from spirit, Moldavite is all about operating at a higher frequency when you are looking for more wow and whoa in your life. And on the meditation cushion and beyond, explode your perceptions with Moldavite. Transform your life on Earth. So they mentioned a card that is very, very hard to get. I mean, a rock that's very, very hard to get. I'm sorry. And one that you use when you meditate. When you meditate, what you are like relaxing, taking in the energy of, maybe making decisions. Okay, so I guess if you're an Aquarian, but, and it mentioned aliens a couple of times here. So Moldavite is our card for this read. If you're in Germany, this might be directed to somebody who's from Germany, whose family is originally from Germany. I don't know. We're going to like drop that, trying to find a link to this. Going to be pulling a cosmic card. Now, we pretty much got the general idea of the moving out and the growing up. So let's get a general idea of Spirit Guide Me. Was the impact of this read, okay, this energy, this project of growing up and moving is got what impact? Yes, luck is on your side. If you're the one watching this video, if you're making these changes, if it has to do with moving up and out and growing up, you have proven that you're independent and you are capable of making those adult choices and you're ready. The card that I just pulled out is yes. Don't forget, by the way, if this is you that resonating with this, and the moving up, the leaving home part is actually your parents' house, giving a little bit of respect to the ones that deserve it. And not keeping people in the dark on these things. Taking in the energy of the twin flame, right here, like I said, which is somebody who doesn't necessarily see things just like you do, you're opposite, to get some kind of perspective of, from a different point of view. Before you make rash decisions, always check with the twin flame energy, a friend, a confidant. Before making rash decisions, always have respect and share these choices. Okay? And I do appreciate you coming to visit Timeless Energy today. I do hope that you come back again. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed the content of my video. And don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed, please do. If you are currently a subscriber, I do really truly appreciate all of the support that you give me. And share my videos with your friends, because I don't think YouTube sends them out very far. Okay. Oh, and in the description box, there is a link for donations if that is something that you want to do. And have a nice day. Until the next time Timeless Energy comes out. I will be making these into an edit. One or two of them. You might see my edits. Little shorts. Or you could visit my other channel, Out the Door Tarot, which is my daily 2-card. For the most part, I try to do them every day. Once in a while I miss. It's because errands took me away. And I wasn't able to. But you know what? I try to do the 2-card every day. That's Out the Door Tarot. And thank you very much for your time. Have a good day.